Have you ever felt a moment between two worlds where reality and magic softly meet? Tonight, I invite you to step aboard a little train, winding through green fields and snow-covered mountains, leading you to a deep peace within your heart. Let the whistle's call be a gentle invitation to leave your worries behind and discover the true magic waiting quietly inside you. Welcome to tonight's special story, a tender journey leading us into a world of tiny trains and peaceful English countryside where magic quietly glimmers inside an old shed hidden within the woods. Find yourself a cozy spot. Gently rest your head on your pillow and let all the tension and worries melt away with each deep breath. It's raining, not a heavy storm, but soft raindrops tapping lightly on your umbrella as you walk slowly along a forest path. The space around you is quiet, filled with the fresh scent of earth after rain and the pure fragrance of leaves. The wide canopy shelters you like a soft blanket, and the rustling breeze mingles with the gentle patter of raindrops to compose a soothing lullaby for your soul. You feel the warmth enveloping you as your feet touch the wet grass, and the breeze whispers forest lullabies. In this moment, you're not rushing or worrying. You simply are fully present in the peaceful stillness of this place. The familiar aroma of wild garlic fills the air, mingling with the gentle purple hues of bluebells carpeting the ground like a fairy tale carpet. Distant laughter and chatter float through the trees, sounds of friendly voices at play, yet you don't hurry to join. You choose to keep your own quiet, treasuring these precious moments of calm. Suddenly, a blackbird hops into view, dancing on the damp ground. Its feathers aren't merely black, but a blend of mysterious shades, dreamy purples, deep greens, and midnight blues shimmer beneath the soft rain light. Tiny droplets cling to each feather, like little jewels carefully tended by Mother Nature herself. When the bird's eyes meet yours, there's a moment where two souls seem to merge, a gentle, delicate connection between you and the natural world. You continue walking and notice a moss-covered tree stump, an old friend waiting quietly. You pause, close your eyes, and take a slow, deep breath to feel the rhythm of the forest. The heaviness in your shoulders and neck gently melts away, replaced by a soft flow of calm and gratitude. You feel the life flowing through every cell and corner of your soul, clear and vibrant, like a sparkling stream. The path ahead leads to a familiar crossroads. One way takes you straight to a small pond where swans glide gracefully on clear water. Another leads to wildflower meadows stretching far, where you hope to glimpse the first butterflies of the season. But today you turn left, deeper woods. The trees grow denser, and the sounds of the outside world fade into quiet whispers of leaves and bird song. Soon you find yourself in a clearing you don't remember seeing before a lush patch of grass ringed by tall ash trees. At one side stands a small wooden shed, cloaked in vibrant ivy, its deep green paint still fresh from care. The door is slightly ajar, as if inviting you to discover its secrets. You reach out, gently, push the door open, and it swings silently, welcoming you inside. The space feels larger than it looks from outside, cool, dim, and calm, lit softly by a single spotlight hanging above a long table. On the table lies a model railway, a delicate miniature of the English countryside, with rolling green hills, winding lanes, and tiny sheep scattered across fields. Thatched cottages line the lanes, laundry fluttering in garden, all arranged with loving detail, like a living dream. You spot a deep blue steam engine with 2 coaches waiting at a tiny station. Nearby, a miniature watermill rests quietly beside a still pond. Across the village, a church with a square tower overlooks a green where fluffy ducklings paddle with their mother. A greengrocer receives a fresh tomato delivery, and a milk float waits patiently down the road. On the platform, a conductor leans against a lamppost, his shirt and waistcoat neat, watching you with a welcoming smile. Looking closer, you realize the tracks don't loop back to the station. Instead, they wind through the village, across countryside, and disappear into a mysterious, dark tunnel at the edge of the table. Curiosity stirs within you. Where might this little train be headed? Just beside the model, you notice a coin slot gleaming softly, as if ready to bring the railway to life. You reach into your pocket, and your fingers brush something cold and metal. An old coin, worn smooth by time, its edges chipped, but still familiar. You place it carefully into the slot, a shiver of delight running down your spine. Closing your eyes, you take a long, deep breath and hold it for a moment. As you exhale, the world around you fades. When you open your eyes, you find yourself standing on the platform of a real train station, the very one from the model. The warm spring morning surrounds you. Sunlight burns through the last of the overnight mist, and the fresh scent of cut grass fills the air. At the far end of the platform, a conductor waves, smiling broadly, dressed just as you saw before. 2 cheerful whistles blow from the engine. It's time to board and discover where this magical train will take you. You open the wooden door of the carriage and step inside, settling into a cozy red velvet seat. As another whistle sounds, White steam drifts past your window, and you catch sight of a heron gracefully landing by the mill pond. The train gently eases out of the station, the mill and its water wheel slowly slipping from view. Outside lies a vast orchard, rows upon rows of squat apple trees, stretching as far as the eye can see. For now, the trees are thick with blossom, promising sweet fruit in the months to come. The only sounds are the songs of thrushes and blackbirds and the rhythmic click-clack of the steam engine. The warm coach rocks softly with the motion of the train. You feel your breathing slow and your body sway in time. The trees begin to thin. The grass grows shorter and tidier. Cows and sheep graze lazily beneath a bright blue sky. Behind a stone wall, a cricket pitch appears. Players dressed in white stride out to start the day's game. Beyond another wall, the grass turns into a pebble beach beside a wide, winding river. Willow branches dip their delicate limbs, just touching the gentle current. You wonder how long these trees have watched the water glide by, year after year. The train's beat slows as it curves alongside the river. You lean your hand out the window, imagining the cool water brushing your fingertips, refreshing and pure. In the distance, the tracks split from the river and curve toward a sandstone outcrop, topped by the same mysterious tunnel you saw in the shed. As the train nears, you press your face to the glass, watching the village shimmer through a heat haze beneath the warm sun. The river, the cricket pitch, the orchards, the church, and the mill, all calm, still, timeless. With one last glance back, you close your eyes, sink into your seat, and prepare to pass through the tunnel, feeling any tension melt away with a deep breath. As the train glides into the tunnel, the darkness gently envelops you like a soft blanket. Time seems to slow down, and the rhythm of the wheels fades into the quiet stillness. You take a moment to check in with your body. Any lingering aches or tension soften and dissolve. Your breathing deepens, calm and steady, as you sink comfortably into the plush velvet seat. The train moves steadily through the shadowed passage, carrying you further from the familiar warmth of spring. Suddenly, the darkness begins to shift. A cool bluish light glows ahead, and your eyelids flutter open. Outside the window, towering spruce and pine trees, heavy with fresh snow, glide past a few feet away. The world has transformed around you. The gentle green hills and blossoming orchards have given way to a pristine winter wonderland. The train has transported you not just across the countryside, but through time and space itself, from the warmth of English spring to the quiet stillness of an alpine winter. Snow blankets the fields between the train and the majestic mountains that rise sharply into the gray sky. Thick clouds promise more snowfall to come as the cold air whispers ancient secrets through the frozen branches. You stand and walk carefully down the corridor, feeling the warm carpet beneath your feet. The other side of the carriage reveals rocky slopes dotted with frost-covered boulders, sheer gray cliffs climbing toward the sky. The train hugs the mountain's curve as the brakes gently tighten, slowing the rhythm to a soft, steady pulse. Soon the train comes to a smooth stop at a tiny station, just a concrete platform with a few bright red benches under a simple plastic shelter. There are no buildings here, only an endless view of the valley spread before you, coated in untouched snow. Great banks of pine trees climb the sides of the valley, their dark branches heavy with white. Far off clusters of towering mountains stretch high, their jagged peaks shrouded in swirling clouds. You imagine they have stood watch over this quiet place for thousands of years, witnessing sunrises and sunsets long before humans ever came to wander here. Though you feel warmly dressed, wrapped in your light jacket from the woods, a sudden chill reminds you that this place demands more protection against winter's breath. Just as the thought crosses your mind, an overhead locker slides open with a soft click, and a pair of thick black gloves tumble gently onto the floor. You smile, picking them up with grateful hands. Inside the locker, you find a knitted hat, white with flecks of gray, and a long padded jacket, soft and thick, like a warm quilt, waiting to embrace you. Slipping on the jacket, you feel cocooned in comfort, ready to explore this magical winter realm. You stroll toward the door at the end of the carriage, pulling on your gloves and setting the hat snugly on your head. When you reach the door, you grasp the silver handle and step lightly out onto the snow-covered platform. The powder crunches softly beneath your boots, deeper than you expected. A gentle breeze lifts the top layer of snow in swirling spirals around your ankles, and your cheeks tingle with the crisp alpine air. From this vantage point, the whole valley unfolds before you in breathtaking beauty. These mountains have stood silent and steady for millennia, ancient guardians shaped slowly by wind, water, and time. You pause, feeling the weight and wonder of their patient strength. No matter how vast or unchanging something may seem, you remind yourself with enough time and gentle care, it can transform little by little into something new and beautiful. You fill your lungs with the cold, clean air, and gratitude blooms quietly within you. The serenity of this moment seeps deep into your bone, like the soft snow settling gently on the earth. After a while, the warm glow of the carriage calls you back. You retrace your steps, removing your hat, gloves, and jacket, storing them carefully in the locker. Just as you close the door, the train slips into another tunnel, and your heart quickens with anticipation for what lies ahead. The gray and white landscape slowly shifts to a hazy blue, and the gentle roar of ocean waves fills the carriage. You find yourself traveling along a track that skirts the very edge of the sea, between the water and steep cliffs. Outside the window, a sandy beach stretches beneath you, but the tide is high, and the ocean laps close to the rails. You stand and slide open the carriage window, breathing in the fresh, salty spray. A warm breeze ruffles your clothes as you gaze out. To your right, the sun still hangs low above the headlands, its golden rays sparkling on the water's surface. Just beyond the breaking waves, small shapes bob gently on the sea. At first, they look like tiny hats floating on the water. But as you watch, you realize they are sea otters, playful and curious. You feel lucky to witness these charming creatures in their natural dance. They dive beneath the waves, twisting and turning in the cool depths, holding their breath for minutes at a time. Sea otters have a special pouch in their fur on their chests, where they keep their food, shellfish, and clams they nibble on as they float lazily on their backs. Groups of otters often hold pause while resting, forming rafts to stay together, and sometimes they even use kelp to tie themselves together, ensuring no one drifts away. As the train chugs slowly past the otters, watch you with bright eyes before disappearing beneath the waves. You settle back into your seat, eyelids growing heavy. Perhaps it's time to return home. The steam engine peeps its whistle just as the train slips into another tunnel. You close your eyes, letting the gentle rocking lull you closer to rest. When you open your eyes once more, the familiar sight of the orchards comes into view through the window. The air is cooler now, and the sun has dipped lower in the sky. Soft streaks of purple and pink light dance on the wispy clouds, painting the heavens with a delicate farewell to the day. The scent of spring lingers in the carriage, mingling with the fresh breeze that drifts gently through the open window. The rhythm of the train wheels slows, matching the quiet unfolding of the evening. Outside the village you passed earlier appears again, the church tower rising proudly over the blossoming trees, the watermill's wheel turning lazily, and the fields where soft petals still cling to the branches. Time feels both fleeting and infinite here, though it seems like only moments ago you traveled through this place. A subtle sense of closure settles in. The sun's warm glow slips behind the horizon, casting long shadows and bathing the land in golden light. This is the end of the day's journey. As the train comes to a gentle stop at the station, you gather your belongings and step off onto the platform. The cool evening air brushes softly against your skin, and you take a deep breath, savoring the peace that wraps around you like a familiar hug. Turning back for one last look at the train, you find yourself standing before the small green shed nestled in the woods, the magical model railway that started this whole adventure. But to your surprise, the shed is gone. In its place is only the soft, wet grass you walked across earlier, glistening with the last droplets of today's rain. There is no sign that anything was ever there. You blink and look again, but the space is empty, quiet, open, waiting. A gentle smile curves your lips. Perhaps this magical place will reveal itself again when the time is right. Or maybe the journey you've taken is meant to live forever in your heart. As you step slowly back toward the path through the trees, the distant sounds of laughter and conversation return, mingling with the occasional call of a swan nearby. A blackbird darts ahead on the path, tiny twig in its beak, a small messenger carrying the forest's endless stories. Sunlight filters through the branches above scattering patches of warm light that dance softly on the woodland floor, still glistening with the morning's rain. The world feels alive and tender in this quiet moment. You take one final deep breath in and out, filling yourself with the comfort and warmth of home, carrying with you the gentle magic of this journey. And as you walk forward, the woods seem to whisper, promising that whenever you need it, the railway and its wondrous train will be waiting, ready to carry you again on a voyage of peace, wonder, and quiet joy. As you leave the familiar path behind the forest, around you deepens once again. The sunlight filters softly through layers of green, dappling the earth in a quilt of gold and shadow. The air is thick with the sweet scent of damp leaves and fresh pine, a quiet chorus of nature's breath. Each step you take is cushioned by moss and fallen leaves, the forest floor alive beneath your feet. The gentle rustling of branches and the distant call of birds create a symphony that fills the spaces between your thoughts, soothing the mind and inviting calm. The woods seem to recognize you, welcoming you as an old friend returned. The trees, tall and ancient, stretch toward the sky, their branches swaying lightly in a tender breeze. You pause to rest against the rough bark of an ash tree, feeling its strength and steady presence grounding you in this moment. There is a sacredness here, a timeless space where worries dissolve and the heart remembers the simple truth of being. The forest whispers secrets in the language of leaves and light, encouraging you to listen, not just with your ears, but with your soul. You walk slowly, savoring the quiet companionship of this place. Every rustle, every bird call, every glimmer of sunlight through the canopy feels like a gentle touch, a reminder that you are part of something larger and beautifully interconnected. In a clearing ahead, a single blackbird hops across the soft earth, its feathers catching the sun, with hints of iridescent purple and blue. It pauses and looks directly at you, a knowing glance that seems to bridge the gap between your worlds. You smile softly, feeling the warmth of connection spread through your chest. This tiny messenger of the forest embodies the spirit of the journey you have taken. Quiet, mysterious, and full of gentle magic. As you continue along the path, the sounds of the woods fade into a distant murmur. The sky above deepens to a soft twilight, stars beginning to twinkle faintly through the fading light. The air grows cooler, wrapping around you like a comforting shawl. You take a deep breath, filling your lungs with the crisp evening air, and feel a profound sense of peace settle over you. The world is vast and wondrous, and yet, in this moment, it feels intimately close, as if the forest itself is cradling you in its embrace. The promise of return lingers in your heart, a quiet assurance that whenever you seek it, the magical railway and the gentle woods will be there, ready to welcome you home once more. With that comforting thought, you step softly onward, carrying the warmth and wonder of this journey deep within your soul. As twilight deepens, the forest around you begins to shift. Shadows lengthen and mingle with the soft golden hues of the setting sun. The air cools gently, carrying whispers of night's approach, but a warm glow seems to hang in the atmosphere, wrapping everything in a quiet embrace. You pause for a moment to watch as fireflies flicker to life. Tiny lanterns rising and falling among the trees like delicate sparks of magic. Their soft, pulsating lights weave through the branches, painting the dusk with a gentle dance of wonder. The forest floor, once so vibrant with the day's life, now hums with a softer energy. The rustling of leaves becomes a lullaby. The distant calls of nocturnal birds add a mysterious harmony. Each sound invites you deeper into stillness, inviting your heart to settle and your mind to rest. You take a slow, deliberate breath, letting the cool evening air fill your lungs. As you exhale, you feel the last traces of the day's worries drift away, carried off by the gentle breeze that sways the branches overhead. In this serene moment, you feel connected not only to the forest around you, but to the quiet rhythms within yourself. There is a sacred pulse here, an unspoken understanding that life flows in cycles, that endings hold the seeds of new beginnings. You think back to the magical train journey you took, the rolling hills and blossoming orchards, the snow-covered mountains and the sparkling sea, each scene a thread woven into the tapestry of your experience, a story etched softly into your memory. The warmth of the velvet seat, the gentle rocking of the carriage, the welcoming smiles of the conductor and the village folk all come alive again in your mind's eye. It's as if the journey continues within you, a quiet voyage of the heart that transcends place and time. The promise of return remains a gentle beacon, a light that glows steadily even in the darkest hours. You know that whenever you seek it, the model railway and its wondrous train will be waiting to carry you away once more. Slowly, you begin to retrace your steps, moving gently through the woods that now seem bathed in a silvery moonlight. The path beneath your feet is soft and familiar, guiding you homeward with a tender certainty. Each breath, each step is a reminder of the simple beauty that surrounds you. The crisp air, the whispering leaves, the soft glow of evening stars beginning to peek through the canopy. You feel a profound gratitude welling up within you, a quiet thankfulness for the peace, the wonder, and the gentle magic that this journey has brought to your soul. And as you walk, the forest seems to hum a soft farewell, a promise whispered on the wind that the path will always be here, waiting to welcome you back whenever you are ready. The forest slowly succumbs to the quiet hush of night. Shadows deepen and blend softly, wrapping the trees and earth in a velvet darkness, dotted with the faint shimmer of distant stars. The cool night air settles around you, crisp yet comforting, like a familiar blanket drawn close. As you continue your gentle walk along the woodland path, the sounds of the day give way to the whispers of the night, the soft rustling of leaves in the breeze, the distant call of an owl, and the steady chorus of crickets. These sounds form a soothing symphony that calms your spirit and slows your breath. The moon, a pale guardian in the sky, casts silvery light that filters through the branches, creating patterns of light and shadow that dance lightly across the forest floor. You pause to lift your face toward its glow, feeling a deep connection to the quiet vastness above. Each step feels lighter now, as if the earth itself supports your journey back to the place where your heart feels most at peace. The air carries the faint scent of pine and earth, grounding you in the here and now. In this tranquil moment, your thoughts drift softly, to the magical train journey, the quiet countryside, the alpine mountains, and the sparkling ocean edge. You remember the gentle rocking of the carriage, the warm velvet seat, and the friendly conductor's smile. These images settle in your heart like cherished memories, a soothing balm for the soul. As you near the edge of the woods, a soft glow begins to appear ahead, the first lights of home beckoning gently through the trees, the comforting sounds of evening voices, the occasional laughter, and the distant honk of a swan's call greet you like old friends. You take a deep breath, letting the peace and warmth of this place fill your entire being. Gratitude flows quietly within you, a gentle river of thanks for the journey, for the moments of wonder, and for the soft magic that lingers still. Stepping onto the familiar path, you realize that while the adventure has come to an end, its gentle echo remains a quiet song in your heart, ready to be sung again whenever you wish. With one last look back toward the whispering woods, you smile softly, knowing that the magical railway will always be there, waiting patiently to carry you once more on a journey of peace, beauty, and calm. And as you continue your way home, the night wraps you in its gentle embrace, guiding you toward rest, renewal, and dreams yet to come. The familiar path carries you steadily forward as the night deepens around you. The trees stand tall, like silent sentinels, their dark forms outlined faintly by the soft glow of distant stars. The forest breathes gently, a living presence that seems to walk alongside you, sharing the calm of this quiet hour. Your footsteps are soft on the earth, each one a gentle whisper echoing in the stillness. The cool night air brushes against your skin, refreshing and pure, carrying the scent of pine, damp leaves, and the faint sweetness of wildflowers now resting under the moonlight. With every breath, you feel yourself sinking deeper into peace. The weight of the day, the worries and burdens you carried, dissolve slowly like morning mist warmed by the sun. Here in this sacred space, between day and dream, your soul finds its gentle rest. You think back on the magical train, the journey through landscapes, both real and imagined, from blooming spring meadows to snowy mountain valleys, from serene riversides to the vast sparkling ocean. Each scene was more than a place. It was a feeling, a memory, a quiet miracle that touched your heart. The warmth of the velvet seat, the rhythmic motion of the train, the friendly faces of the conductor and village folk. These images linger softly, like a comforting melody that soothes and invites you to rest. As you near the edge of the forest, the sounds of the night fade into the gentle murmur of a nearby stream. You pause for a moment, listening to the water's steady flow, its timeless song, a reminder of life's ongoing journey, sometimes rushing, sometimes calm, always moving forward. The stars above twinkle faintly like distant fires, lighting the way home. You feel their quiet encouragement, a reminder that no matter where your travels take you, you are never truly alone. With a final deep breath, you step from the forest path onto the soft grass of your own backyard. The house stands quietly in the moonlight, windows glowing warmly like welcoming eyes. You walk slowly toward the door, feeling the safety and comfort of home wrapping around you like a gentle hug. Inside, the familiar stillness invites you to relax, to let go, to sink into the softness of your bed. As you lie down, your mind drifts gently back to the day's journey, the magical railway, the whispering woods, the sparkling seas, and the silent mountain. These memories cradle you, a soft lullaby guiding you toward restful sleep. Your breath deepens, your heart slows, and your body sinks into the mattress's tender embrace. You feel held safe and at peace, and as your eyelids close, you carry with you the quiet magic of the journey, a gift of calm wonder and gentle joy to brighten your dreams and greet the dawn. As sleep softly embraces you, the gentle journey you began earlier continues quietly in the sanctuary of your dreams. The magical train winds its way through timeless landscapes, carrying you through the peaceful countryside, the shimmering snow-covered valleys, and along the endless ocean's edge. Within this dreamscape, every moment feels touched by a delicate magic, the kind that lives in the quiet spaces between waking and sleeping, where the heart opens and the soul remembers. You float through scenes both familiar and new, wrapped in a sense of calm and wonder that fills you from within. The rhythmic click of the train wheels on the tracks becomes a soothing heartbeat, steady and sure, guiding you deeper into rest. Though the journey has carried you far, you feel an unshakable connection to the home, waiting quietly for your return, the place where your spirit feels most safe, most loved. In the soft embrace of night, the memories of your adventure settle gently in your heart, like seeds planted beneath rich soil. Though hidden for now, these seeds carry the promise of growth, of beauty, of new journeys yet to come. You awaken slowly, the morning light spilling softly through your window, casting warm golden hues across your room. The world feels fresh and full of possibility, wrapped in the quiet magic that lingers after a peaceful sleep. You carry the calm and wonder of your journey with you, into the day ahead. A gentle reminder that even amidst life's busyness, moments of magic and peace await when you pause, breathe, and listen. And though the magical railway may seem to disappear with the dawn, you know in your heart that it remains always ready to whisk you away whenever you need a quiet adventure, a moment of rest, or a touch of wonder. So take this gift with you, the promise that no matter where life's path leads, the journey of peace, magic, and gentle joy is never far away. Thank you for joining this quiet adventure tonight. May your dreams be sweet, your heart be light, and your spirit be at peace until we meet again. Thank you for joining me on this peaceful journey through magical places and quiet moments. May the calm and wonder you found tonight stay with you, carrying you gently into restful sleep and bright new mornings. Remember, whenever life feels overwhelming, this gentle train and its quiet magic will be waiting, ready to take you back to a place of peace and calm. If this journey touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe so we can travel together again soon. Until next time, may your dreams be sweet and your spirit light.